How's it going, everybody? Hope you're having a great day. A day without rain. I cannot believe it. Sorry for looking so rough. Me and my wife just got done mowing the yard, trimming and whatnot. It's been real hot, humid, I'm sweaty, and it shows. But that's okay. Today's topic is engine cleaning. How to do it, what to use, the way I do it. Be right back and we'll show you those details here in just a second. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do is to decide exactly what you need, okay? Some people have oil leaks. Some people just live in a dusty environment like country county roads and whatnot, where they're not paved and the county doesn't really take care of them, so they're really dusty. So you got all this dirt, all this grease, yada yada yada. So the first thing you need to do is just look at your engine and decide what you want to do. Now mine has a lot of miles on it, 200 and I don't know, 12, 13, 14,000, something like that. And it's not real dirty. It really isn't. Just a lot of age on it, that's all. But it still needs a general cleaning because it is dusty. Hello, Mr. Aeroplane. Yay. So, mine just needs a light rinsing. But that's the first thing you're going to need to do is figure out exactly what you need, how bad your engine compartment is. Now, if it was really oily and stuff, you would need something like a degreaser or an engine cleaner to break up that grease and everything. And the principle is going to be the same as what we're fixing to do. Just lightly soak the engine compartment. Now, don't take your jet stream and just blast the hell out of it. Because if you take a jet stream and just blast it, dang it, the mosquitoes, all this water. You don't want to take your jet stream and just blast it, because your engine compartment is designed to get wet from the factory. I mean, you got wet roads in the rain and whatnot, so it's going to get wet. Now, with that said, they're not waterproof. They're only water resistant and water sealed and watertight. So take that into mind when you're wetting everything. Then after that, you're going to decide what tools you're going to need, of course. If you need the engine degreaser, well, you're going to have to get that. If you're going to need specific tools, you're going to have to get those. Yeah, whatever. Me, in my situation, and in a general dusty situation, all you need is some kind of cleaner, all-purpose cleaner to do it. I use Simple Green, which you've seen in my other videos. The reason I use that and the reason I like that is because there's no ammonia in it, so when it dries, it doesn't leave that white residue look to your plastic and whatnot, so it's safe for that. A detailing brush, you can get this at any automotive parts store. Typically it's used for cleaning engines and whatnot and killing mosquitoes. But and then some old soft bristle brush to get the big areas. Small areas, bigger areas. And then a good all around soapy water. In this case I'm using just my water that I use. Damn it, why can I not talk? Sorry for that. Dang it, why can I not talk? Got to love hoses. They always kink, don't they? There we go. Oh yes, hot dig. Yes sir. Now what I use is a multi-type stream nozzle, mist, full, flat, angle. It's got all kind of different settings. That way you can find the one that's going to work best for you. Tired. Y'all have to forgive me if I make any strange noises, because like I said, we've been mowing grass. Like I said, you don't want a solid stream for this. So let's change it to mist. Got it changed to mist, as you can see. And we're just going to lightly soak the engine compartment. Now you don't want to just spray the piss out of your computers or your fuel injectors. And in my case, my distributor is right down there. It is up underneath all the engine components and whatnot. So, and you don't want to jet stream your MSD box if you have one or anything like that. Now I'm not going to be washing my car today, but if I was, this would generally be the first thing that I would do anyhow. After you get it wet and have it soaking, you'll want to get rid of any leaves and junk like that, any debris that you have laying around. And then you're going to want to go ahead and kind of spray on. Sorry for all this jumping around. Anywhere you're going to be cleaning, just kind of lightly squirt your all-purpose cleaner, just so it can have time to start soaking. Now, if you was using an engine degreaser or something like that, you would really spray the whole engine down. I'm not going to because it's not hot today, but I don't want it drying. So just lightly spray everything down. You see the dirt and dust there. All right, while that is soaking, we're going to fill up our bucket. Beautiful day, and it's not supposed to rain. I checked the forecast. All the rain is supposed to be gone till Sunday. 7-day forecast is the earliest chance. But as I stand here filling up my bucket doing this, I look north, and what do you see? Very dark, wet looking skies. So we'll see every time. It never fails. Every time I wash my vehicle, it rains. Never ever fails. Okay, as that's been soaking for a few minutes, you're going to want to take your detail brush and just get it wet and go in and hit the hard to get areas, the nooks and the crannies, if you will. And you can see it foaming up, so you know you're getting the area pretty good. I like this brush because it gets in all the little tight areas. My other red brush gets the bigger areas. In the water again. And like I said, my bigger brush won't be able to get in here. You get everywhere that your big brush won't get. And these brushes are fairly cheap. They're not expensive. This one I was actually lucky enough to find it at one of those everything is a dollar store, so I came out pretty lucky. Once you get all the little stuff, time to get the bigger stuff. And like I said, all this stuff is designed to get wet anyway, so don't worry about it. You just don't want to hit it with that big heavy duty jet stream like I was talking about. You can see all the dirt coming off everything. And just keep an eye on everything. You don't want it drying out. If you see it drying off or drying out, go ahead and rinse it off. Brushes again here for a second. All right, let's soak for another minute. Maybe hit a couple places again that were kind of heavy that you can't get to, like around the fuel injectors and whatnot. Hit them again with it. Excuse me. I'm going to change it back over to mist again. Like I said, I don't want to drench the engine compartment. And then just rinse all that off. If you feel like you need something a little stronger, by all means, do so. But stay away from that setting, jet. Center is more water. but nowhere near like the Jet. And then just rinse everything off really good. That's pretty much all there is to it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and talk you through the other side because you just saw me doing one side. So we'll speed it up and you can just watch. And that is all there is to it. Now you can let this dry by itself. I personally like to crank mine up and let it run for a minute. It does two things. Number one, it dries it off because of the heat from the engine. But number two is it makes sure the thing's still going to run. Make sure I didn't do anything and screw up anything. But if you follow, sorry about that, if you follow these instructions, you shouldn't have any issues. Now, if I was going to a show or something, I would use some kind of engine dressing, which will put a coating on it, make it look dark again, look like new again actually. But this is my daily driver and I very rarely put it on in. Every once in a while I'll put it on my red one if I'm going to a show. But I'm not going to a show. I'll be driving this week. That one probably a couple days, but this one most of the time. But let's make sure it still cranks up. Sounds of success. Now we'll just let that run for a minute or two and dry off. Yes, I have a small exhaust leak. But I would just let that dry off for a few minutes while I put everything up, switch everything off, and that's it. But I hope you might have found one or two things in this video useful. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we will see you next time. You guys take care out there.